individuals and we, the political parties, in the situation where we need to provide transportation to facilitate participation of our members and general constituents. We also opined that the replacement of lost ID cards should not be part of the registration exercise, as in the past we have all witnessed the abuse and potential re-registration that some unscrupulous individuals take advantage of. The Electoral Commission agreed with the unanimous position expressed and even indicated that it is not in their interest to disenfranchise any eligible voter. Therefore, they will meet based on our feedback and get back to us. Only for them to turn around within 24 hours to organize a press conference without any recourse to us as to why our views were not even considered. Deliberations at the IPAC meeting that will happen on Wednesday. During the IPAC meeting, which was held on Wednesday, 16th of August 2023, we inquired from the Electoral Commission why the same EC, which gazetted 1,500 registration centers during the limited registration exercise in 2019, now want to only use 268 registration centers for this exercise, bearing in mind that there hasn't been any registration exercise since the 2020 elections. Our major concerns bordered on the distance eligible registrants will have to travel, the cost, and the risk that will be associated with the whole process of registration only at the district offices of the Electoral Commission. For instance, an 18-year-old traveling all the way from Dego and other far communities within the Kwapim South constituency would have to travel all the way to Ebri, which is the district capital, which will be an inconvenience and hamper the success of the exercise. We also cited in the instance in relation to North Town, where someone would also have to travel from Japan, would have to cross the Volta River or come through Shai Osudoku to Bato, which is the district capital, for the registration. And in case the person does not have a passport and a Ghana card, they would have to transport themselves and two other guarantors, a cost many Ghanaians cannot shoulder due to the difficult times we find ourselves as a country. Similar instances were made in relation to Domikwabinya and other districts which cover large area sizes, and the chaos that happened at the EC offices due to the over-concentrated numbers, which calls into question the suitability and accessibility of some of the offices of the Electoral Commission in the various districts. The poor nature of our roads, especially during this period of torrential rains, which has even resulted in some areas in the northern part of Ghana having their bridges washed away, will impede the participation of the average Ghanaian in this process and has the potential of voter suppression and even voter apathy. Furthermore, the registration at the EC offices will likely breed Goro boys who would be using the opportunity of the grantor system as a business venture, since some people might not be able to travel long distances and be waiting in queues just to guarantee for registrants. One should not also be oblivious of the fact that in past, many rushed to registration centers for the voter ID cards because it also served as a form of ID for other purposes. However, due to the introduction of the Ghana card, it means the only use of the voter ID card will be for voting, and to encourage more participation in the electoral process, the registration exercise should and must be closer to the people. Dr. Bosman Asari, a deputy chair of the EC, was very grateful for our feedback and expressed that our concerns were legitimate, because even some of their own electoral officers have been complaining of long travels, sometimes about 3 hours from some communities within the same district to get to their district office. Some civil society members present also opined that to ensure the electoral process is participatory and decentralized, it should include, if not all, then some electoral areas in a cluster form, as done in the past. At least, if the EC cannot do more than 1,005 registration centers, as done in 2019, they should maintain the status quo. The electoral commissioners informed us that they have taken our concerns and will get back to us, a phrase we were well accustomed to, and so pushed further for timelines. And they indicated by close of day Monday, which would have been today. Most of us present were therefore taken aback when we only heard and saw on radio and TV that the Electoral Commission has set a date for the registration exercise and will use only their district offices as registration centers. We want to inform the general public that as political actors, we will continue to engage the EC to ensure they adopt a process that will be less burdensome and more convenient to ensure full participation and high success rate of the registration exercise. Mind you, this registration exercise might be for those who have just turned 18 or after the last election. So it is possible that most of these are in tertiary institutions. We could easily set up registration centers at those tertiary institutions to even facilitate the process of registration than limiting it to only the district offices. In any case, Regulation 2, Subsection 2 of the Public Elections Registration of Voters Regulations 2016, which is CI 91, as amended, on registration center states that in designating a place as a registration center, the Commission shall take into consideration A, the suitability of the place for use as a polling station on election day, and 2, which is more importantly, the accessibility of the place to prospective applicants for registration. Furthermore, Article 42 of the 1992 Constitution of Ghana also states that every citizen of Ghana of 18 years of age or above and of sound mind has the right to vote and is entitled to be registered as a voter for the purposes of public elections and referenda. In conclusion, we also want to publicly call on the Electoral Commission through its chair, Mrs. Jane Adukwe-Mensah, to rescind their decision and make the process more accessible and painless to enable the average Ghanaian who is eligible to exercise their right and entitlement to be registered as a voter. This will reflect in the EC's commitment in building a solid and credible institution to protect the strong and enviable record of Ghana as a beacon of democracy that will continue to be worthy of emulation across the continent. God bless our homeland, Ghana, and make it great and strong. Thank you. Before questions, we would want to do a summary in Chi as well so that we can open for the questions.
Anuanom any adofo a mo free media houses. Anuanom a Ghana fo nyina na ya dom political parties. Ena eho ahia se ye hia mu wo hanom a na asem kakra bi ene yepese ye ne Ghana fo nyina eche. Ni nyina ne se Eda etoso dunsia ewo bosome August mu ena Electoral Commission efrɛ yen ene adwendwen kwan a ye befa so atro ye din ewo voter register ni mu ena district level election enso a eda yanim omo ne ye dwendwen eho na adwento ato amu no Electoral Commission editor political parties a na ewo ho no manim say omo pese ye started registration ewo date a omo ntimi ansi ne po omo ka say omo pese omo ye date now from 10th to 15th September na omo ebe choose edan mu baako na omo ye ready a omo be me yaso ate ana bio mo nso omo choose 268 district offices a omo wono eho na omo de omo mfidie ebe kwa akosi e de atrotro eye Ghana fo a bibi nti omo antro omo din na Ghana fo a womo enso afe na omanya mfie dunwotwe na we na omo de to yanim no yemu bebre na ne ewo honom political parties no ebi to say MPP, LPG, APC, NDP, PNC, CPP, PPP, and GFP, GCPP. And now omo de to yanim na yemu bebre na anase nyina eka say district offices na omo ka say enko tro yidi no enya dia ebeboa yen se oman enya dia ebema ahoto aba eye yen a ebeko akwa tro yidi na bi say dodo na 2020 a ye tro yidi no ababunu a omanya 18 from 2020 no omo ewo tertiary institutions ena omo nso nko school no omo ewo fie enti ehu enshada emwa enti nkayen ko back enko hwe dia esi 2019 a omo isi ne gazette be to say 1500 polling stations a omo gazette de ma Ghana ye de trotro ye di no anka yen fast process na se na be ya traveling from baby to say Dago edeba abri ene baby to say Japan na ufree hono betwasio ansa na baby bebre baby to say ufree mpakadan ekọ atimpoku akọ udi baby bebre ya cite example na yakaye no na easy through Dr. Bosman Nasari and Mr. Samuel Tete, Deputy Chairs, omo honum present. Omo say, Diakano, ayasem papa. Inti dia omo bayene say, omo ko na omo akwa dwene ho na omo babak. Na omo ne aba be din komo. Na omo ne di komo ni wi a omo de aba beto eye Ghana fo anim. Yanka biansem yeda sore ya 17th of August na de che pepepe awiamu be te se sabre ya ene yete se EC chair sa da na ye sa meeting no kra no me ankasa during AOB me bisa se ma me no every 2020 ayeto abawie 2021 eba no yehu na meeting bi ase da IPAC level ye ba bisa na se bia anso ye se oye foreign engagement enti me kra me talk also bisa se na djuma no foreign engagement enti ana se Ghana for enti ne to ye yi ne se o ma meda the Electoral Commission na no de hu ya ne se oye press conference enti me hu se Electoral Commission honor no se coordination enko so said there because the deputies na sama omo de two political parties anim ɛne de adeɛ kye ɔno nso ɛbɛtena ase yɛ no ɛbɔ abra ɛna wo to akɔso yie kura na ɛnkyerɛ buo ɛmfa ma ɛyɛ the political parties ɛna sada no civil society organizations a ɛwɔ hɔnom bebree de ɔma no to asɛm ne mu bi sɛ ɛyɛ Ghana for na mo betro din de ama yɛn yakɔba ne se a na yɛte sɛ yebu anase yebu Ghana for animtia anase sika na ni hɔnom anase kwan bɛn so nti ɛna wɔ sɛ ɛkɔba ne saa sɛ by force mo district offices ne pɛ ɛna mo kɔ akɔtro din enti ɛnyɛ sɛ political parties nkwampo ɛna ɛkasa asada no CSOs enso de ɔma no to mu bi enti adeɛ kye a ɛyɛ yɛ easy chair samba abɔnten bɛyɛ saa no ɛyɛ yɛn wanwa kakra ɛne ɛsɛ yɛn na so yɛn tena so ɛnɛ da na ɔmo hyɛ sɛ nkɔmo ne yɛbɛhyia no yɛn so yɛne Ghana fo nyinaa ɛbɛkasa ne ama ho sɛnea ho hia sɛ ɛwɔ sɛ ɔmo ɛsesa ɔmo adwen na sɛnea ɔmo yɛ no 2019 no if sɛ ɔmo mfa bi kora nka ho a dia ɔmo a mmara ne ma ɔmo kwan ɛma ɔmo gazette de to hɔ no ma yɛn no ɛda so wɔ hɔ no ɛyɛ documented nti na ɔmo nsa nkɔ na ɔmo nkɔnkɔ use saa registration centers na yes 1005 no ɛwɔ Ghana yɛ mmara mu nti no ɛnsɛ mmara bi aso ɔmo bɛkɔ akɔfa saa 1500 no ɔmo entu anamon tentem na ɔmo nkɔnkɔfa ɛnu nti ɛna yɛn this our response yi ɛde ma ɔmo through sending ɔmo de press conference de ba yɛ no ɛnti ne yɛn so yɛ responding ɔmo in this press conference na yɛnim sɛ ɔmo yɛ referees ɔmo need anything to achieve through elections even though a district level election no a election for the people when the local election a menewo yehunu say ye to abama ye yenim ye ho enti na wo so mo cut down no mo register omo a local people na say enya say o be disenfranchise enkrofo o ma omo nya ekwan nkonkoto aba abade na wa ma obi abre a oni identification babru for ne bebre ini Ghana card bebre na nso ni passport obadan afa nipa mienu atua omo ka sika edi omo afiri na omo afiem edi omo kɔ district office ye nyina ye nim nsu tobre nsu mu ayewoyi how difficult a bi crowd a bridge a omo de etu kwan from one end to the next town a omo nya access en fanko enti yesre electoral commission onwene hu biem na onwene ya babunu ne ho esan se dodo na ye de sa bedding we koto omo so no sika anasa dwuma omo ni bi enti na se omo be yempo na omo de akọ universities and your colleges no ama omo anya easy access of registering na megidi se ebeboa ama process no akoso ye nyina yensu nim sa DLE ya omo ekotro din dia akotoi the turnout ana ye nyina nim se ye kwakotro ye din age sa voter ID card na kane no ne wo purpose ana serve bebre ebi enna omo de ye omo yi omo de yiska o bank ebi mo enna omo de omo transactions bebre se si ano ehun nsadanya yi nti se pese DLE no ekoso yi a district level election ekoso yi a I was say any bre na ye ma education ne ko ne ma ya babru no so ye easy access for them to register since ye de kosi ba bia omo be bre ansa na omo timi atro omo di no electoral commission yesra money di mu wenti ene aba mo so awia yi mo wo honom se mo serve Ghana for enti Ghana for say district offices no emwa mo fa bi nka ho te se dia mo ya ne 2019 no na mpo mo ntoa mo fa mo ntum Sir, a basse, dear ye, someone tiasia. You will leave us with no other, you say, you better contest him. Because Ghana for no, or more do, any arresimu, ever young political parties, ya, yete hai, imu. Enti yanso, ye jina, ni ako moko ama abebruno. So parties are any representation our parliament abebruno ene kan ye ho pa nti yen ye ne abre se ye be ko omoko e de ama omo afi ene de toato aso enyina ye da mo se awie yi.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dazi and Mr. Ousu. We will now invite questions from the media. If you have any questions, yes, please. Would you be up your name?
William.
From which?
Peace FM.
Peace FM. Please go.
Who can treat them? Maybe some mechanic trees in a very okay. Who can some share electoral commission? Electoral commission, like I say, between 10th and 15th. One be one of these days for a down registration. Now, electoral commission at the 12th of September. It's not within that 10th and 15th now. You see, I catch them. Why are you not okay with it?
One at a time.
No, I'm not going to.
Second question.
Okay, so I am Selina Sabamba. I report from RTT and Adumef. On the said press conference, I asked EC about the inconvenience of one and then how ECC 2020 nipa 17 million in a register so we are 2 about it is amount for 17 million registered rules what in sequence said on one to obey assembly members we say register they have estimated 1.5 million
1 million this year.
1.5. No, we can say from 1.5 to 1.5. Until we now, we are about district assembly election, but near very high amount for they would always say, in Iowa, until what as
the main issue, and yet I think I will tackle the 2 questions. And yet, the near the Mayeno, and now, pardon.
Oh, you have to swap.
Oh, okay. Oh,
okay, and they are telling us, Yang Tia Haneno, and yet data or more year registration, and a year problem. Your problem, they say, baby, almost a honorable pet. And now, almost by your almost registration centers. A bema a babruno in Yakwine in Concord register. And the purpose of our registration, you know, a DLE, district level election. Now, DLE, you know, always the turnout are very low. Even your last time I year DLE, the turnout was below 40%. Enti adea yenya dodo ayepe na yemfa entwa ya manfo ewo omo afiem na enya kono enya ho keka emfa ma omo ma rather yesa ba ma omo stress ya ba ma omo bre ya ba ma omo timfifre omo akopa bose ansa na omo atimi akotro omo din no Minimsa Electoral Commission. One more and yes, I know more a shano. Intino, a yaya said, yes, a bet you on margin of the assessor. Sir, send a bema 10 out to no improve. Send a bay and Padona betting a throw mudi, no Marco to a banner. A free 2020, I throw Ghana for Dino. 2029, Bimunya 18, our Montreal Mudin. 2021, Ebimwanya 18, Wamuntro Mudin. 2022, Ebimwanya 18, Woman through Omudin 2023 year woman and now Ebimanya 18 and now we don't even know the number. And now Omanya 18. Our more chance on the throw Omudin. 18 say Amayani Amre. So I anticipated a number now at one. Every time we go beyond some number 2020 or more proposal figure. You go beyond that figure. And away now, the cluster of years. The number of the cluster of people at Tiffy. And the number of years. I thought was so I introduced. Omo, I data omo there to Jano. They will never number omo there to Jano. They will never get that number. It is going to go triple or quadruple that number.
Okay. So Jay, my answer back on the 17 million. Can I answer?
Yeah.
Oh, do we all have to swap?
Yes. No.
Okay. My place is okay. My brother talked about Minkachi and Minkachi. In the chief for my take you over. Mimi Abeme Kasa no see easy for say. Oma register 17 million people and more on the voter register. Intino say Oma enya we num nyina kra nyehwe. It is not right because obi anywhere SSA disenfranchised Ghana ni bia ne mra so se woto aba no. SSA otimi to aba. Easy adwuma wo ye ne say obe make sure say elections any abato ho nsem be ko pepepe. Intino ye woni pa one and register ya. The fact that say I was 17 million on the register and no say 1.5 no any see do mo ka ho. The right of every Ghanaian say obetimi aye the atoaba ne enkola no so a omedi 18 and above yen register it is also their right. It is intimi nka say 17 million intino obetimi aye exercise we anyhow enye right ontimi nyesa. Ejuma ne says so otimi aye registration ejuma ne says so otimi conduct elections in a manner ebe boa Ghana fo nyina na ede de be asumdwe beba nti say isi otimi kika no ho no oti asem aye kam so that at the end of the day no obi anya dissatisfied obi be happy say ono so betimi aye den ato aba.
And to add on, the 1,005 registration centers was even because it was based on the referendum that was going to happen. So it was only done in the affected areas. So the regions, remember we're going to create more regions. So the registration was done even without concentration. So even that 1,005, if you are looking at just some concentrated places and you use 1,005, why there, CCNA, you are looking at the entire country, you are only going to restrict it to 268.
So there's a follow-up. This is Sanka said, 30 years after democracy, we have to move on as a country. In the process of moving on, electoral areas, and I even used passport as an example. And the EC came back and said, Obi of your passport, they are going to be free baby or one of Anka. At a modern crown, young kind of district offices. It is Obi Pese or near Cardinal or the port district office now, or Kenyan Saka, into or say. Ghana's democracy has moved on. To see you moving on.
And in moving on, you rather should ensure that you are getting more accessibility, you are getting more closer to the people. You can't move on and rather pull back. So I think even the passport offices, they are now decentralized. The police, they were now, even their police reports were first at the headquarters. Now they are getting it closer to the people. So I don't think that if you want to move on and our democracy is of age, we should rather be limiting it to our district offices when we know that is always problematic. Because, we are just sitting in Accra, even Accra, Domi Kwabinya. Look at how large Domi Kwabinya is. And we are talking about people who are young. For them to have money for transport, for them to have the time. Because if you are a how do you leave your work, travel all the way to the district office? Sometimes you might not even finish and you have to go back another day. Look at the long queues, and it becomes problematic. You can imagine if some political parties are putting buses and are busing people. You can imagine the chaos. So the one bus get there, then some people say, where are these people coming from? We don't know them. So we can imagine the chaos that could happen. And when these things also happen at the district offices, the problem is that at the day of voting, you realize that somebody doesn't know their polling station because they went to the district office to go and register. Which station have they put them to? Because then it becomes another problem. You know, so it's problematic. If we are moving on as a democracy, we should rather be more accessible to the people than to be saying we want to centralize everything at the district offices.
Oh, yeah,
I know now, my candidate was after this, almost just 4 days, we are moving on. We are contesting Saturday now, or more, because Ghana for what did you and a Ghana for a year do be swama and a yay and the afatu as political party leaders. Inti Minya Abapnu, wow, also be been to intro the Kawakuma Toyam. Yani isi di besiani amau. Isi ever bow now so no betro di amau. And you know so be jakaska quantenting. Yani isi di besiani kwapem se isi ede the registration center ne beba besi wabobo ano.
To the next round of 2 questions.
In your submission, you made it clear.
Give your name and where you're from.
My name is Frederick Lawrence from Metro TV.
Okay.
In your submission, you made it clear to us that during the ACPAC meeting, there are so many views concerning creation of what the centers for accessibility. Now, my question has to do with, so with all the views that goes on during the meeting at the ACPAC meeting, does it bind the EC to do it or to do otherwise?
We'll take your next question and then we'll answer.
Right.
Your name and where you're coming from.
My name is Peter Anderson. I'm from TV3. So, you said we were going to contest it. Which way are you going to contest? Are you going to clear? Are you going to place a judge on KEC? Or which form of contestation are you adopting?
Peter. We are still talking to your penny for, and contest is in very various ways. Until when we get there, we will let you know. And Minia, all right.